Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on this Kawasaki Z1000SX over here. I'll show you in a little bit. It's from 2017 and I got it secondhand from a dealer. It was delivered the other day and driving over here I already noticed it needed some work. So what I'm going to do is change a whole bunch of stuff about this bike. I'm going to do general maintenance. I'm also going to change the tires. I'm gonna day cut this motorbike, which involves removing the catalytic converter and placing a middle pipe in there, so it's technically straight piped. Also a bunch of other stuff, gadgets, lights, everything's gonna be checked over and done. If you're wondering what happened to my old bike, which is not orange color but black, well, it actually got stolen. You can see it in another video of mine where I'm actually doing the day cut install on it. But unfortunately a few days after that it got stolen. So yeah, now I have a 2017. It's pretty much the same bike except a year difference. This one is also looking really nice. I was actually thinking of repainting the orange to something like a Ducati red, but actually this is really nice. It's like a kind of a red orangey-ish, so I think I'll just keep it like this and yeah, just do some work on it and make it into a fantastic riding bike. So this is the bike. I currently have it on sets because I'm gonna take the tires off in a moment. It's yeah, like red orangey-ish. It kind of changes colors depending on the light. Very nice. It's got all the new stickers on it, but I'm pretty sure the dealer just put it on there. Kawasaki did spec this bike out, so it already has the Kawasaki sliders on it. Still has the standard mufflers, but I kind of don't mind. And I think it's still running on the sprocket or the chain that is still stock, so I'm definitely going to replace that. And then also we have some heated steering, and this one I think now has about 27,000 kilometers on it, so it's pretty much the same as my old bike. And this one does actually come with a little power unit here for your car plugs, 12 volts. I'm going to place a switch here for LED lights that I'm going to place on the side here, so there's going to be big mist lights. And then for the rest, it's just general maintenance. Now here's something you don't see every day. A bike without a front wheel. I got it set up like this. Looks a bit sketchy, but it's actually quite stable. Because I had to take the front wheel off over there. Because the tire is already showing its wear markers. I got some new Pirelli's Angel GTs over here. Excellent tires. I used them in the past as well, and they were very enjoyable to drive on. And while I got this one disconnected, I'm also going to do the brake pads and just the bearings as well, and the general maintenance on that. And here it was pretty simple, just involved removing some bolts, clipping away the calipers to the side, and then taking the front wheel out. And then the same I'm going to do on the back. The chain is stuck, so I'm actually going to cut through that. It's pretty much the quickest method. Take out the inner stem of the rear wheel, take the rear wheel off, and then also let the tire be replaced, because again here it's also showing its markers and it's almost level. It's actually level, and like I said, when I drove over here I was really noticing that the tire wobble was definitely there, so either it's been sitting for a while and needs to be rebalanced, but it's definitely needing some work. Now to take the rear wheel off, it's actually quite easy. You just need to loosen the bolts from top to side, take out the little lock ring here, and after that you can kind of scooch back the tire. Of course you do need to take care of the chain. If you have a clip set you can just disconnect the chain quite easy, but since this one is stock it's actually kind of riveted in, so for me the only way to take it out is with an angle grinder. Okay, both wheels are off. It was actually quite easy to do because you can also just set the chain all the way to the loosest position, then take the chain off the sprockets onto the side, and you can just kind of wiggle the rear wheel out without having to cut your chain. So if your chain is still good, then you can reuse it in this way. Mine, as you can see, it already has a lot of rust on it, and the center bearings are all kind of jiggling about, so this chain definitely needs to be replaced. I'm 100% sure it's stock, and after 27,000 kilometers, that's it's not really what you want, so I'm gonna replace it. And also look at these brakes, like it is literally metal on metal. There's no left, no pad, nothing. So very good that I'm replacing this, because this is just negligence to the max. It's literally like, how far can I go before I need to replace something immediately? So previous owner definitely didn't take that good care of it. As you can see, probably the chain has never been greased properly, so it's a bit of a shame to see that on a bike, but I guess that's why I got a good deal on it. And luckily I'm also replacing all of these things. All right, now with the chain removed, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna remove all the fairings. The side fairings, front fairings, windshield. Also the gas tank is gonna be removed because I have to access both the spark plugs, the oil, and the air filter. It's all gonna be changed with some brand new parts. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Also, I'm gonna remove the seat to check out the condition of the battery. Just kind of go over everything and make sure it's okay. So I just removed the seat and I was actually looking over here, and you can already see bolts that are just loose, cross-threaded, or just put in place entirely wrong. This is one of the reasons why I just check over the entire bike before I'm actually gonna drive proper kilometers with it, because I don't want anything like this coming loose while I'm going, 130 on the highway. All right, fuel is disconnected. I'm just gonna leave this on because it's still got the electronics connected. Pretty easy to remove, but I mean, it's not in the way. Now I have full access to the air filter housing, and below it, the spark plugs and the rest of the stuff that I need to remove. It's looking pretty bare, real skeleton going on. I did get the tires in. Nice new threads on them, front and back, so I'll be placing them back in a little bit. Original air filter still looks pretty decent, but I'm gonna replace it with a K&N race filter just to let a lot more air through here. And I might hang on to this, who knows. These filters are actually washable, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna install this, put this back together, and then move on to spark plugs. Okay, there we go. We have the spark connectors out. It was pretty easy, you just kind of pop them out. And then in there, I'm not sure if you can see it, but in this tiny hole here, down there is the spark plug. So they're a bit annoying to get out. I'm just gonna use a classic old tool and some elbow grease, and then I think I'll be able to get them out and put the new ones in. All right, so I just got the tool on. Just literally with my finger, I was able to loosen the spark plug. It was not in there at all. So here we have the old spark plug. It's pretty worn out. Here we've got the new one. Nice and clean. Old spark plugs are out. Got a whole bunch of these nice and burnt through. I'm gonna put these back in and then check out what's up next. Okay, gas tank is back in position. All the hoses properly connected. That's something you definitely want to look for when you're putting this back together, is that you didn't miss a fuel line or it's not connected well, and while you're driving, fuel pours all over your hot engine. Something to watch out for. Anyway, I'm moving on to the front brakes now. I'm gonna put in the front wheel, put in new brake pads, get rid of this dodgy construction, which I'm not a fan of, but it's the best I had at the moment. And then afterwards, I'm gonna do test runs. I'm gonna check out how everything sounds, if the spark plugs are correct. After that, I'm also gonna drain the oil, get rid of some other parts. I'm gonna take the exhaust system down, install the Decot. Now pretty much the hardest thing is out of the way. Actually, not the hardest thing yet, because I still have to take the main bolt off the sprocket that's on there. Anyway, I'll be doing that in the next video. For now, this is it. After this, I'll upload the next video right away, so you can just click on the next one and check it out. And in that one, I'm gonna install the front brakes and move on with all the rest of the stuff. But so far, so good.